Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan. It looks like the disaster of She-Hulk is only getting worse as we approach its release. And the director has some really interesting comments when it comes to specifically the criticism of the CGI of the She-Hulk character. Now, I'm not really interested in the show at all. It's modern Disney, it's modern Marvel, and my disinterest stretches well beyond just the female shows, the male shows. It's just, I'm not really interested in Marvel anymore these days because they've destroyed so many great characters. But this show is specifically becoming quite the battleground because of the CGI more than anything else. And I think it'll be interesting to see how this show turns out in the end, especially with the same director previously saying that it was really important to her to come from a female perspective in a superhero show and to depict stuff like that, making sure that the audience knew that she was woke and that the show was going to be woke. Yes, if a director, writer, or an actor says the show is woke, the show is most likely woke. It's not me saying that, that's them saying that. I don't get why that's so hard for some people in the comments of my videos to understand, but she said it was woke. Not me. She said it first. But this idea that this woman has about the CGI is rather brilliant just in how bad it is. But I actually have the full quote here from the GameSpot's Twitter that I want to read. You know, in terms of CGI being critiqued, I do think that has to do with our culture's belief in their ownership of women's bodies. Man, she goes full my body, my choice, trying to capitalize off a current day political issue. I mean, what? There are plenty of examples that I'm going to get into in a minute here about males getting criticized for bad CGI around their characters. Bad CGI is just bad CGI, whether or not it's a female, male, or monster of some kind. But no, you can't criticize bad CGI if it's a woman, yes, what is our society coming to? What is this industry coming to where you can't criticize it if it's even remotely related to a diverse person, a woman of color, anything like that? You're not allowed to criticize, even if it's objectively bad, like the CGI of the She-Hulk character is. It's just really incredibly hard to grasp how she jumped to this conclusion after the rightful criticism to bad CGI. And it's nothing to do with the fact that it's a woman. I don't get what type of headspace you have to be in to come to that insane conclusion. I think a lot of the critique comes from the feeling that they're able to tear apart the CGI woman. Again, I'm going to show more examples of CGI men and CGI other things that are being torn apart. Nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. Bad CGI, still bad CGI. There's a lot to talk about her body type, and you know we're based a lot on Olympian athletes and not bodybuilders, and I think if we'd gone the other way, we would be facing the same critique. I don't necessarily have a whole lot to say on that. I think the body looks a little awkward sometimes, and that's mainly from the CGI quality, not the body type itself. I'm more concerned with the bad CGI, the face. The face is what's really horrific, and it's kind of sad though, because yeah, they did seem to base her off Olympian athletes, which means they should have and could have just painted a woman green and avoided the CGI and avoided this whole situation, this whole criticism entirely. But they wanted to do CGI for some reason. I think that was a very big misstep in so many different ways. But let's show some male CGI that was criticized. We all remember Justice League back in 2017. There was a man in that had some bad CGI that was criticized. No, that can't be. Fans only criticize female bad CGI, I've been told by a woman of authority in Hollywood. But I seem to remember this bad mustache removal getting criticized. That's CGI on a man that was criticized. How is that possible? How is that possible? He's not a woman. Well, he might be. I mean, we don't know what a woman is these days. But male, bad CGI, criticized. Bad CGI is just criticized sometimes. Or what about this one? This is a classic. Man, monster, bad CGI, criticized. I mean, it is old, but even for the era, it was really bad CGI. I mean, wait, it's another man that was criticized for bad CGI. Maybe it has nothing to do with gender. Maybe it has to do with bad CGI. That seems to be the common denominator here. Let's keep going. What about this one? Oh, that was just a poor design. Maybe not bad CGI, but a really horrific design. That was criticized and was changed because the studio listened to the fans and knew that it wasn't a personal attack or anything. It wasn't any political response to this bad design. It was just, hey, fans, we didn't like it. All right, fans, we understand, we hear you. You're totally justified in this opinion. Let's take care of that for you. That's how the response to bad CGI should be when it is actually really bad CGI. But yeah, bad CGI. She is not on that background at all. That is really bad composition. Or this one, her face. That is not how a human face moves. But you just must be criticizing her because she's a woman. No, I criticized all those other bad Nothing to do with female, nothing to do with male, just bad CGI. What about this one? That doesn't look good at all. It's almost as if this is a coping mechanism to stay relevant, to make a political statement about a current day situation, and to divert criticism from you. It's not your fault, it's the fans' fault. Oh, they're sexist, it's their fault. I don't have to worry about this criticism, I don't have to fix this. This isn't a failure that I need to overcome. This is just bad fans being sexist. Not my problem. That is just really childish behavior, if nothing else, and par for the course for modern day Hollywood and modern day Disney, Marvel specifically. And I'm actually looking forward to the series just to see how bad it will truly end up in so many different ways, whether or not it's from the writing and the female perspective that Ches was her top priority, or when it comes to this bad CGI, if we're going to get some really janky stuff coming out in the coming weeks when this releases. But I'm actually looking forward to it now because of this awful statement and other awful statements like it from this director. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.